Hello and welcome to this People's Health Alliance conversation on spiritual connections. I'm Sarah Chave and I'm delighted to have with me today Diana Cooper, author of over 30 books translated into about 28 different languages. Welcome, Diana. Just beautiful to have
Hello.
you today.
Lovely to be here.
So, I understand that you'd like to talk about the 5D health blueprint and how we can work with the angels, particularly Archangel Raphael, for healing at this time. Can you start by telling us what the 5D health blueprint is?
Okay, well, more and more people are moving into the fifth dimension. And when you're in the fifth dimension, you can access your health blueprint for fifth dimensional health, which is basically perfect health. So that on your mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical levels, you are healthy. So it's just like an architect makes a plan, and then you build according to the plan. So Archangel Raphael is the architect, and he is now placing these blueprints into people, especially if you ask, you meditate and you ask, you receive the plan, and then you work with Raphael and any of the other archangels and great masters to build the building of that plan. And that's what's taking place now for the planet. And it's bringing about remarkable changes for many people as they allow their higher blueprints for who they can be to come in. We live in such an extraordinary time when the changes are so amazing and vast. All the archangels and the great masters are drawing near us to help us move into this. And as you know, for thousands of years, we've lived in a third dimensional energy where there was so much karma that the natural healing methods no longer worked. And people then started to rely on allopathic medicine. And that was a two-edged sword. It helped people who had tremendous karma just to get through it, but at the same time, it created more and more problems within the physical body. Now we're moving to a new level where we can let all that go. We can start returning to natural methods, which basically rebalance you so that you have a fifth dimensional house being built within you with all the different levels. And you can then let the angels help you build on it. And then the natural methods work again. And this is where we're heading in the golden future. Because, as I'm sure everybody knows, 2012 marked the end of a 260,000-year cosmic era, the era of Atlantis. And then on Earth, throughout this universe, throughout all the universes, there was 20 years to move to a higher dimension. The problem for Earth was that we were third dimensional because we'd fallen behind, and now we had 2 dimensions to go up. Everybody else had only 1 dimension to shift. So all these amazing beings have incarnated now in order to help the shift. However, at the same time, everybody that had karma to repay and who wanted to come here to try and finish it off before the new started also came into the planet. This is one reason we've got so many people here now. It's because we all had a dispensation. Everybody was given a dispensation to come in now to try and clear the stuff. Now, this is another reason why allopathic medicine became so powerful and it took a grip. And that now ends as we bring in our fifth dimensional health blueprint, magic, miracles, and a totally new paradigm is existing. Archangel Raphael is the archangel in charge of the health. He's in charge of the third eye chakra. This is the chakra of enlightenment. It's also the chakra of health and abundance. And Archangel Raphael, the emerald green, mighty, universal angel is in charge of it. And his retreat, where his energy is strongest, is in Portugal.
Fabulous.
And I gather you live in Portugal.
Yes,
Is that
I live
right?
in Portugal, and I understand that you're hoping to come over and do an event all around this and Archangel Raphael and how to work with him. I wonder
Yes.
if you can just give us a little bit of insight now in how to really, you mentioned earlier about asking for the 5D blueprint and how we can really call in Archangel Raphael to really get him to support us to lift our vibration and help us through the transition that we're going through.
The mighty Archangel Raphael is in charge of the third eye chakra, as I've said. There are 7 levels in the third eye chakra. The first level is about truth. So it's about understanding. And I think this is probably the most important of all the levels. And for many people, the most difficult, that if it's not love that you see in your life or you have in your life, then it's illusion. And the first level is about truth. So it's basically, for many people, rejigging every single thing they've ever seen to look at or understood, to look at the truth. And when you've got that, life transforms, it absolutely changes. The second level is about mental healing. Now, this is about concentration. It's about being able to use the power of your mind to send and receive healing and create things. The third level is then about creation. It's about the first steps of manifestation, and it's aligned to the previous one. It's about using the power of your mind to visualize what you want for the highest good and to receive Archangel Raphael's blessing to do that. After that comes the level that is clairvoyance. And so many, many people, and this is not just about seeing things, it's about feeling, knowing as well. And because to actually see things, many people have to lower their vibration in order to see. And so clairvoyance, that level, is about moving into that new level of understanding, be able to visualize, but also to release the blocks that have been placed on us throughout our lives, mainly because so many people have had lives where they were told it was evil, or they were told they mustn't see, or they had bad experiences when they were psychic. And it's about releasing that level and the chambers within that level, so that you can move forward into more knowing and sensing. Then the level after that is abundance. Now that is a higher frequency again, because in the 5th dimension, whatever you need, whatever you require, comes to you. It's literally there for you. And many more people now are finding that this is happening. They think, I need some tomato ketchup, and somebody comes and offers them tomato ketchup. You need a car to take you somewhere, and you go outside and a taxi arrives for you. In the full 5th dimension, when you need a car, or you need a vehicle, they won't be cars as we know them now, but when you need a vehicle, it will automatically be at your door for you, because people won't have individual ownership then. So what you need literally is provided for you. Now that is a very high frequency of abundance, but having that abundance consciousness is about your frequency matching the frequency of that you wish to draw into your life. As soon as you can do that, the 2 frequencies match, you bring it in. And so that's a very powerful step forward to total happiness and making sure that everything is in alignment with what you want in your life for the highest good, of course. And then there is enlightenment. That's when you see everything from a higher perspective. So when you see somebody, you don't have any judgmental thoughts about them. You see their higher self. You see what's really, really possible within that person. So you see their glowing highest possibilities. And it's a practice as much as anything else to stop yourself thinking the old thoughts, because I mean, we've all been brought up on judgmental thoughts. It's just let those go, to let go of the differences and see the sameness, where we're all humans, we're all one. And as soon as we get that, again, life takes on a golden perspective, preparing us for the golden future. And then the final one is claircognizance. And that's basically where you receive downloads from the universe, because you've moved to a level where you see the oneness and the universe gives you the downloads or information that you need. You are one with the stars, you're one with everything. And so the third eye chakra, being looked after by Archangel Raphael, is incredibly important for the new golden age. And it takes us all to a much higher level. And so Archangel Raphael himself, this amazing emerald angel, is there ready to enfold you, to help you, to move you forward. He's also...
It's beautiful. I've been connecting with one of your very beautiful meditations, Diana, working with Archangel Raphael and bringing in the beautiful emerald green light and allowing that to really heal. And I found it incredibly deep.
Yes, it is. It is.
Yes, yes.
So many people actually go to bed and tell Archangel Raphael what they need and find that in the morning they have received that energy and they have healed whatever it was, that problem, because he's taken them up to a new level. You know, if your thoughts are here and you then you attract things to those thoughts. And if your problem or your health is here, then if you raise that to here, to the perfect health blueprint, then of course all those lower problems, those health problems, they start to disappear. Because if you are in alignment with what your true health is, then of course those problems just cannot have any purchase anymore. It's the same with problems. If you have a problem down here and you raise your frequency to here, that problem can't find you anymore. And so you move into new things and attract new things into your life.
I've noticed it, you know, with what we've been going through the last few years. It's almost like we're all having different levels of experience, you know, and if we're holding that positive vibration, even if we're going through, you know, we're all going through difficult times because everything's coming to the surface, but it's just slowly shifting so that we're moving into that higher vibration.
I don't think everybody's having difficult times. I think that a lot of people are now saying, okay, I'm letting that go, going with the flow, and seeing that problem differently, so that it no longer becomes difficult. It becomes just an experience to go through, and you call in the angels to help you through that experience.
That's really beautiful. I'd love to talk with you a little bit about what we can expect to see in the golden age and, you know, the new technologies that are coming in with that.
There are so many. There are spiritual technologies coming in that are already beyond anything you can imagine. I, for example, have it's just called a pod, and it's really just these tubes, but they take you to a frequency higher. And as you move to a frequency higher, you can tune in then to something different, and it allows awesome things to happen. I mean, really awesome. The meditations, the connections you make on the inner planes, everything changes. But spiritual technology, I always thought it had to be a thing. But of course it's not. Things like tarot cards, when used for the highest good, are a form of spiritual technology. All the sacred symbols, they tend to use spiritual technology because they change frequencies. And so we are starting to use not just the ones that we've always had, but the new technology like the med beds and the light tables and the pods I've just mentioned. And these are coming in now very quickly. Also, and actually this happens to be my next workshop. I'm sorry to say, wasn't meant to be a plug. It's just that
We'd love to hear
so
about it,
exciting.
Diana. But it's the
And,
synchronicities, isn't it? That's just how it all flows.
and this is about going to Arcturus and receiving healing, because the Arcturians are 10th dimensional healers, and they bring their 10th dimensional healing light, crystalline light, down through your chakras, and they shift the energy in your chakras using both color and sacred symbols, different sacred symbols. Now, the fascinating thing to me is that if I'm going to do a workshop and connect with something, I do that same meditation every day for a month beforehand, so that my energy is fully aligned to that energy. And it changes, and it changes a huge amount. And I say to my guide, okay, should I bring in the earlier parts of this, or what it's now transpired to become? And it's always, no. As soon as you've got it, then you pass that on to other people. And so the higher you can take yourself, the more people will automatically be able to receive that energy and then in turn pass it on to others. So I think it's so exciting being able to connect with all these beings now that are coming to help us. Because as I say, Earth was 2 dimensions behind. And so we've got this huge jump shift to make. And the reason we're behind is twofold. One, because we agreed to take on free will. You know, they sent out a clarion call around the universes. Would any place take on free will? And nobody would do it except Earth.
Oh, really?
And so to come to Earth was an incredibly dangerous experience. It's like the jungle to come to.
Right.
Being to places just looked, you've been to Earth, you know, you've learned about that. And that was just so revered in the universe that they want to help us. The second reason is that we are the solar plexus of this universe. And so different stars are different chakras. Earth being the solar plexus means that we take on the fear of the universe. We take fear through our solar plexus, and the aim is then to transmute it and move it to a higher energy of wisdom and love and peace. But of course, that's a learning process. And so Earth came right down for those 2 reasons. And those reasons are why we are receiving so much help from the universe, why we can connect to the Arcturians, the Andromedans, the beings from Pleiades, all of these beings coming in to give us healing and help us. Now, if you need healing, the Pleiades is the one that's the 7th dimensional energy. It's the closest to us. They are heart healers. And you can ask before, either in meditation or before you go to sleep, for healing from them. That's very powerful. There's above Amma, the hugging mother in India. She has an ashram, and she has a 10th dimensional healing chamber that you can ask to go to in meditation or sleep. And there they'll do psychic surgery and things on you. Again, very powerful and helpful for people. You can go to the Arcturians, as I've said. You can go to the Andromedans. Now they are 11th dimensional, and they bring in incredible light. So if you can go to the Andromedan or the Arcturian light ships, you also receive healing. And you may not be aware of what you've received, but something always happens. You can, of course, ask to go to Archangel Raphael, and he will always take you and he will always help you. And so just little by little, something shifts in your energy fields and in your entire life.
That's so beautiful. Thank you. I mean, it's just been incredible wisdom that you've shared. Thank you so much. When will your workshop be, Diana? Just in case anyone's interested, is it that online?
What's the Arcturian one is
Yeah,
online on Monday. It's
it
7 to
starts on
8
Monday.
on Monday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll make sure we get this out before Monday then, because it was going to go out
Okay.
next week,
Oh,
but perhaps we'll put it
thank
out on Sunday, just so that people can perhaps hop in on the last moment. Thank you so much,
thank
Diana.
you. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Thanks everyone for listening. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.